Hi, I'm Chris Gasper, and this is Globe 10.0, joined today by Chad Finn. Well, guess who's tied for the Red Sox lead in wins? Yeah, John Lackey. I bet you weren't guessing that. This is a guy with a 7.47 ERA. He's won 6 of his last 7 starts. That ERA has dipped to 6.13. He's been pitching pretty well. Chad, have we been too hard on John Lackey?
No, we have not been too hard on John Lackey.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
This is the most evidence yet that wins are not the ultimate measure of a pitcher. This is a guy with an ERA still over 6. As well as he's pitched lately, he's benefited from run support more than any other pitcher on the Red Sox staff, save for Wakefield, who's not getting that now himself. That's a whole other story. But he is... he's a guy who's been very fortunate to have the Red Sox offense behind him.
You're right. You talked about him benefiting more than any other pitcher on the Red Sox staff. He's benefited more than any other pitcher who's pitched at least 100 innings in baseball. Highest run support average, 7.22. I think that goes a long way towards explaining his wins. He's given up 147 hits in about 116 innings. Guys make a lot of contact off this guy. I know you're a little bit of a stat head. Batting average on balls in play. Largely a statistical measure attributed to luck. His is pretty high, 332. I have to say that's more than luck. I think he's just a very hittable pitcher.
I think that's a case. In a lot of instances, like with Clay Buchholz last year, it was luck. With Lackey, you watch him pitch, and this is, I hate to go to the eye test, but if you watch him pitch, he's a guy who leaves a lot of pitches over the plate still. He doesn't throw 94 miles an hour like he did with the Angels. He's hittable, and that's why I don't think that what we're seeing from him now is any sign of him turning the corner, because he's still giving up about 1.5 hits per inning.
Yeah, I mean, the last start he gave up 10 hits. This being said, though, I mean, you know, look, we can be hard on the guy, but he does keep you in games. And I do have to give him a lot of credit for that. I know a lot of people look down upon the quality start stat, but he's always been good with that. He keeps you in games. I do think there's something to be said about that, and I think that's valuable in the playoffs. I think it still comes down to this question. Who do you want as that starter in Game 3 of the playoffs? Do you want it to be Bedard or do you want it to be Lackey?
I want it to be Erik Bedard, presuming he's healthy, which is always a question with him. He's a guy who strikes out a batter an inning. He's left-handed, which will come into play against the lefty-heavy Yankees if that's who they end up facing, if both teams get to the ALCS. So, in my mind, Erik Bedard is a much better option at this point.
John Lackey's getting it done. It might not be pretty, but we do have to give him credit for that. We'll have to see when the playoffs arrive. Who do the Red Sox want to be the #3 starter? Lackey, Erik Bedard.